Shalom. This is the book of Isaiah, the 25th chapter, and the 7th verse, and it reads, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, even those that are amongst the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black thing, but yet this is our heritage, it's our lineage, it's our bloodline, it's our nationality, it's our culture, it is our race, it's our history, which is no longer a mystery, and it is our future. All right? And it's also the future of you heathenistic nations as well, because you're prophesied in here as well. All right? You stolen men, and you've taken the Lord's goodly and pleasant things. All right? So there is a recompense, and he is going to lay that recompense back, and he's going to lay it upon your heads. All right? Harshly and viciously. All right? With furious rebukes. So we all have something to look forward to. All right? Hey, let's get into this. All right? We're going to be looking at this situation with this new thing coming out here. All right? The House of David. Here you go. All right? I'm not going to play any of it, obviously, because of the fact that, they give your boy a strike. You know how they do it. All right, there's too much truth coming out right now, upon this. And this is lies. This is that Hollywood magic and stuff. All right, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, actually, let's get that. Let's go to 2 Corinthians real quick. But yeah, we're not ignorant of his devices. All right, and this is one of his devices. 2 Corinthians 2:11. All right, and it reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, we're not ignorant of his devices. He's doing a bad work out here. But he's doing what he's supposed to. But moving on. So anyway, I'm not gonna play this, but obviously, I implore you to go and watch it. Check out that intro. But there's so much to be said about this. All right, number one, that's not what King David would have been depicted as. All right, even when Goliath had looked upon him, and the way that they got Goliath looking, everything is wrong. There's your Goliath, all right? And everybody that's standing behind him, all right, those Philistines, all right, they all look the exact same colors as this actor, all right? And then you have Israel on the other side, and they all look the exact same. And then you have King Saul that's on the backside of the other, and so you have the Philistines on one side, you have Israel on the other side, okay? And you have King Saul over there on the other side. You have David, all right? Everybody is the exact same skin tone, man. This devil just wants to be everybody, man. He paints this false narrative, and this is that Hollywood magic stuff. But let's go ahead and let's get a couple points, all right? I want to speak on King David, all right? What did he look like? Let's go to it. Let's read the account. Oops, Slakia. Samuel. All right, 17. All right. So you have and then not to mention that, but then you also have this. You have the prophet Samuel right here. They're bogus, man. That's a leprous man. You got the prophet Samuel as a leper. Come on, man. And then I'm pretty sure that by this depiction, this is supposed to be King David. Come on, man. Anyway, let's go on ahead and let's get to these scriptures real quick. Let's go ahead and let's paint this picture, right? In 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter, it says, "Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shecol, which belongeth to Judah, and pitched between Shecol and Azekah in Ephes-Dammim. Ephes-Dammim. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together and pitched by the valley of Elah, and set the battle in array against the Philistines. And the Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side." So there you go. All right, so that's kind of depicting that picture that you saw of Goliath standing there with the Philistines behind him, and he's looking towards where Israel would be on the other side, calling out their champion. You know what I'm saying? But so anyway, let's go down a little bit here. I hope I marked it because it's no, maybe I didn't. So it talks about when he had looked, come to me, I will give thy flesh. All right, it's before this, come draw near and bear a shield and went before him. No, armor, and he put off the helmet. Salaki, I gotta find it. Where is the account of what Goliath saw when he looked upon David? Because it said that he was he looked fair, or basically looked, he looked good. And it said he looked like a sardius, I believe, a sardius, or did it say ruddy? Ah, brother. Salakia. It's got to be more. 42. There it is. Bam. 42. Salakia for that. All right. You got 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter, and the 42nd verse. And it reads, let me go ahead and just get this real quick because it's a major, one of those main points. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? It basically said, like, man, like he's useful. You got a, got a good look on him, and he's ruddy. All right. So first off, who the hell is this guy? That's not ruddy. Leprous ass men and stuff. Come on, man. And then who's this guy? That's not ruddy. What are you talking about? Come on, man. Look at this Philistine. And they have King Saul in here. When you look at this trailer, it looks just like, just as Caucasian as these right here, But let's go ahead and let's take a peek at let's look at another lie on that, Let's look at how they had King Saul. King Saul is a Benjamite. We have an account of a Benjamite, and let's see what these Benjamites would look like. We have our Apostle Paul. All right, let's go to well, King Saul first. All right, let's prove that. King Saul in 1 Samuel, the 9th chapter. All right, in the 21st verse. And Saul, there it is. All right, it reads right here. This is Saul giving an account of himself. He says, and Saul answered and said, am not I a Benjamite of the smallest of the tribes of Israel? And my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? So he's giving an account of himself. He's saying, am I not a Benjamite? So who else is a Benjamite? You had the Apostle Paul. Salakia. Let's get that account. More than a couple of them. Philippians, the 3rd chapter. Philippians, the 3rd chapter. Circumcised, yep, right here. Wait, yep, right here. Circumcised. So it says right here, Philippians, the 3rd chapter, the 5th verse. It says, circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, and a Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law of Pharisee. All right, let's get another account. Romans, Romans, the 11th chapter, the first. Yep, there it is. Romans, the 11th chapter, the 1st verse. It says, I say then, hath power cast away his people? Power forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So if he's of the tribe of Benjamin, what are we getting to? What does Benjamin look like? Well, was not the centurion or the guardsman, didn't they tell him, aren't thou that Egyptian? Well, Egyptians were what? Dark, right? If you go to the Zondervans, here, let's prove that. You go to the Zondervans. Go right here to the Zondervans. All right, let's see what these Egyptians would be, okay? Showing that they don't have no countenance like no freaking damn Caucasian. All right, no Edomite. All right, Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary, Ham, not the Negroes. It gets straight to the point now. All right, it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So it's telling you right there of the dark races. And they had it, so obviously it must be dark enough in order to say that it's not the Negroes, though. All right. I mean, come on. This is the reason why our Lord had to go and hide in that land, because we are dark, just, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much what and what. All right. But not the Negroes. All right. But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. All right. Now let's get back to this, because we're going to see an account of his visage. All right. And what he must have looked like to men. Let's go to the account. Acts, the 21st chapter. Let's see what a Benjamite would look like. Acts, the 21st chapter, in the 37th verse. The 36th verse, all right? For the multitude of the people followed after, crying, away with him. And as Paul, the Benjamite, was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian which before these days made it an uproar and led us out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? So do you see the account here of what somebody is saying? They're saying, aren't you that Egyptian? All right. What do you think? He messed that up because, no. Okay. That's what he looked like. So this movie is going off through and through. Okay. We have the account of King Saul and who he is. All right. One of the examples of what he would look like. Okay. We have King David being ruddy. Okay. What is ruddy? Ruddy definition: having a healthy red color. I wish I had what Elder Malcolm brings up, which is the Olden Dictionary, and I need to go on ahead and brush back up on that. But ruddy has, they've messed around with the definition of this, and having a healthy reddish color, reddish. British used as an intensive bellowed like a ruddy bull. What you want in food now? Okay. Anyway, I'll get off of that point because I definitely want the older term, which at that point in time, latter in time, they didn't change stuff around, but now they change things for their narrative. You already know how it goes. Anyway. But, they got these men as lepers and stuff like that, man. They got, once again, let's look at this. I'm just going to close it out, man. Look at this. They got the prophet Samuel right here, man, looking like this. You kidding me? That's a leprous man. Let's go to the law. Let's see what it says about leprous men. And then we'll go ahead and close this down. This devil's lying, man. We're killing this covering cast, bro. Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. 45, I believe. Leviticus, the 13th chapter. Yep, he's unclean. There's so much to this. I mean, you could read up. I'll read 44 and 45. It says, He is a leprous man. He is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him utterly unclean. His plague in his head. Hold on. Well, here, let's I'll go to other accounts. There's so much reading in here. And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare. Okay, there you go. And his head bare, and he shall put a covering upon his upper lip and shall cry, unclean, unclean. That means you can't go into the temple, man. All right. All the days wherein the plague shall be in him, he shall be defiled. He is unclean. He shall dwell alone. Without the camp shall his habitation be. Did not Miriam? All right. Come on, man. These people are going off. Numbers, the 12th chapter. No, Miriam would have been Numbers, the 12th chapter. Numbers, the 12th chapter. Yeah, man. Miriam. Yup, she was leprous, white as snow. Read this for your edification, but at the same time, getting to the point. The anger of the Lord was starting at the 9th verse. It says the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. All right. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead. Salakia. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed. All right. Sheshwan, wasted away is he. Esau, okay, half dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, I beseech thee. Okay, so a leprous man is needing of healing. Okay. That is a mark. It's the curse of Cain, man. All right. Instead of that, you got these assholes talking about some. Oh yeah, well, they got black skin, so therefore, that's the curse. Come on, man. Enough with it. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. You see that? Outside the temple. All right. So yeah, you're not going to have your prophets walking around looking leprous. You're not going to have the king of Israel walking around leprous. All right. These people are liars, man. Anyway, let's go on ahead and let's get a couple of scriptures in order to close out. But yeah, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. These assholes, man, they're up to the same things that they did from before, man. In First Maccabees. It's at the 13th chapter. Put all uncleanness. No. Is it the 3rd chapter? Salakia. Yep, the 3rd chapter. All right, right here. In the 3rd chapter, in the 48th verse, it says, And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay, this is what they're doing. That goes into the iconoclasm. All right, that goes into your Renaissance and stuff. All right, this is what they did, and they're still doing it. All right, but we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We're not ignorant of his devices. All right, the covering cast, is being destroyed, man. Because what did they do? What did Job say? Job, the 9th chapter. Somebody knows where we're going. In the 24th verse, it says, The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It's this damn devil, man. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get this and let's close it down. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. All right, we're gonna close it down there. 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, and the 28th verse. Let's read at the 27th verse. All right, 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, and the 27th verse, and it reads, For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right? And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, are you being cast down. All right? So, with that, hopefully this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, even those amongst the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black thing, but yet this is our heritage, it's our lineage, it's our culture. All right, it's our bloodline, it's our nationality, it's our history, which is no longer a mystery, and it is our future. It's our future promises. Man, look, we're waiting for this kingdom. We're waiting for the heaven. All right, man, the new heavens wherein dwelleth righteousness. So hey, with that, stay prayed up until next time. Abaratazah. Shalom.